Okay, so here I am on my second vlog. On the first one, I felt that the camera angle was looking at the road all the time, because you're not looking about, well I'm not anyway when I'm on a bike. So what I did this time was I tried to put the camera a little bit higher than my eye level, so that when I'm looking down I kind of angled it up a bit. Hopefully it will be looking straight ahead. I've decided to go a different way today so that it looks a little bit different if anybody looks at it. You don't want to be looking at the same landscape all the time, I'm sure, if you're watching vlogs. The first vlog was 23 minutes long, so obviously I wouldn't watch a motovlog for 23 minutes unless it was really, really interesting. So I can't really expect anybody else to, so I cut it down to about 6 minutes. But I tried to keep the kind of continuity. This one I'll do the same with, depending on how long I'm out. It looks like it's starting to rain, which is just bloody typical. I could cut it short. But yeah, it's quite an interesting phenomenon, this motovlogging and vlogging in general. I mean, I watch a lot of vlogs, and of course there's all different kinds of vlogs. You've got your vlogs where people just sit with a bare background talking about stuff. I do watch those, but I think for one of those you need to have some really interesting subject matter, or some really important subject matter to just sit there and keep people's attention, you know, with just you, or some sort of instructional stuff that maybe people are interested in, or that kind of thing. Then you've got people who just walk around holding cameras, which I like those vlogs, and I think I'll do a bit of that myself at some point, hopefully. But yeah, those I like. And then you've got the motovlogs, which I also like, and which I've started to do, as I say, this being my second one. Of course, another thing you can do on YouTube, I think anyway, and you can get loads of viewers or subscriptions or whatever, is you can go out and basically antagonize people and cause fights and rows. That will get you good viewing figures. I know, because I always look at those. But yeah, vlogging, it's an interesting phenomenon. It seems to be really popular now, and I'm glad it is, because I enjoy watching vlogs. I notice a lot of people talk about subscriptions and likes and stuff like that. The thing is, when I started watching YouTube videos, you know, when a few years ago when YouTube came out, and up until recently, I used to never sign into YouTube or sign into Google. I used to just watch videos. You know, if I thought they were good, I'd say, well, that was good, and just leave it. Yeah, sure, I'd probably recommend them to people, but ultimately I never liked them or subscribed to them. I do now, but I used to not do that. But now I suppose the person who's made them, if nobody likes them or subscribes to them, then people, maybe they don't know if anybody's actually watching them, and maybe might stop making them. But that's not an issue for me, because I don't really care if people like them or subscribe to them or watch them even. I enjoy this process of making them. I'm enjoying it at the moment, so that's good enough for me. And if people watch them, and maybe, because you don't know, if you're putting up a video on YouTube, maybe lots of people are watching it, but maybe there are people who are like the way I used to be, and just watch them and don't think about liking them or anything. There's another thing as well that surprised me. I used to never really look at comments on videos, but I started doing that recently. And I was looking at this guy. There's this motovlogger that I was watching, who apparently is one of the top, most popular motovloggers. But he had an instructional video up as well, like, you know, sharing tips and hints about motovlogging and how to get better sound and film footage and that kind of stuff, which I thought was really good. I thought it was really nice for him to do that, because, you know, it would have been easy for him to say, hey, I'm going to keep all these hints to myself and I'll stay as one of the top bloggers, I won't share. But no, he shared all his tips and what editing software and everything he used. I thought that was really nice of him to do that. But I happened to go down and look at the comments, and I was amazed. Okay, there was some comments from people saying, you know, yeah, great, thanks for that, that was brilliant, really like you, you know, there's some really good tips, and I'm going to try this, and I'm going to try that, and thanks for that. There were also other comments from people that astounded me, like really nasty comments from people like basically insulting him, telling him what an asshole he was and everything else. And I kind of thought that was pretty bad, you know. I mean, there's a guy trying to help out others in the sort of motovlogging community, and he's getting a lot of abuse for it. But I suppose if you put yourself out there on the internet, that's something that probably goes with the territory. You're going to get some people just giving you abuse for who knows for what reason or what motivates them to do that. But yeah, obviously you get a bit of that. So I suppose it's something that you have to just be thick-skinned about and accept. If there's enough people watching your videos, some people are going to be like that, and that's just it. It's the thing, I'm nearly pushing this flat out now. It's nearly 30 miles an hour. It's restricted to 30 miles an hour, this moped. And yeah, there's very few places around here where you have to go faster than that, but some cars don't like it when they're behind. But as I said in the last vlog, that's their tough luck. So there we go, there's my second vlog, a short one, but we'll see how it turns out, and thanks for watching.